Good evening and welcome to Red Ring Media Unfiltered, another episode. Of course, my name is Emmanuel Ouma, and today we are pleased to once again have Mr. Leonard Nyapere, a businessman and of course a communication expert here with us to speak about things that are really happening in our country and more specifically our counties, especially Migori, Kisumu, Siaya, and Homa Bay. And today we want to take a stock at how leadership is being undertaken in those particular regions. We have governors, members of parliament, and what have you et al. Elected by the people, and the people, of course, expect that they should get services delivered to them as the leaders promised. And Mr. Nyapere, welcome back to Red Ring Unfiltered.
Thank you very much for welcoming me back. As always, some of us are always ready to share what we have to our people to better their lives. Thank you very much for inviting me again.
That's good. The last time we were here, apart from the last time, the same changes you've seen here, right?
Yes, so much. There's a lot of changes going on in our country, in the Luo Nyanza constituency. So many things are going on.
Yes.
The death of the former Prime Minister, and also celebrations again in Mombasa on the same, quite sarcasm.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
and I want to draw to your attention to the leadership style, or especially in Luo Nyanza. We have seen leaders come out aggressively, in terms of speaking truth to power. What does that mean to the ordinary citizen, especially in Luo Nyanza?
I think what I could say is that it's pity that most of our leadership in the counties, especially governors, during this period have focused so much in the political party politics that they have forgotten so much things happening to the common mwananchi. Like now focus shifting on receiving guests at Kango Kajaramogi. Again, now celebrations in Mombasa. So you find that it's been all orange, ODM and the rest. We are not hearing so much. In fact, after our former Prime Minister passed away, we are not feeling so much being done in these counties. Just focus has shifted. There's a lot of confusion, in short. So the common man is not receiving what is required to do. At this time, for example, if I may take an example of Siaya County.
Yes.
Issues of medical staff, which I mentioned last time, nurses, these guys being employed by the county, given appointment letters, then they're being declared ghost workers. Nobody's talking about them. Apart from last week, I heard that the members of parliament from Siaya were so much aggressive on that issue, but nothing so far has happened. We have not seen heads rolling in the Siaya County, and the people who did this, and they are known. So there's a lot of problem. Focus has shifted so much. It's like now people are focusing for 2027, not even for offering services to mwananchi. So I think people are thinking about political power now, especially with the former Prime Minister getting out. It's like everybody wants, because of the power shift, want to be strategically positioned to the 2027 politics and issues of progress and the rest. So the common man is not getting what is required in terms of the leadership required.
Shifting gears, there's a lot of things. People are looking for 2027, but we have by-elections coming up, especially I think 2 in Luo Nyanza and 1 in Homa Bay. But the one in Homa Bay has been dropped with a lot of violence. I mean, we don't want leaders who are perpetuating violence.
I think that's why last time I said that we should have a mindset change. But also, of course, the repercussions of the by-elections, especially in Homa Bay. Wherever way it will go to, it has repercussions. And, Homa Bay is deemed to be one of the strongholds of ODM. So you can imagine if Wanga and the team there loses the MP seats, then I think there will be a shift of power completely in that place. So I'm just beseeching the people in those areas. Violence does not help our people. We should just get the right leadership and we In fact, somebody who brings out violence, the one who is supposed to be, people should not give votes to such a person because it's gone now. Issues of violence to make people vote and the rest should not be allowed in our counties. In fact, even the whole country. Yeah.
And you see, people are now looking at 2027, and we have the party loyalty that has always been associated with politics, especially in Luo Nyanza. Do you think people are now loyal? We have the ODM party has been a very big party, especially in Luo Nyanza. Do you think moving forward, that one will shift, or people will just still be loyal to those political parties?
I think because of the confusion and what is happening around within the perceived party, which was strong within those counties, if the leadership in those areas and the leadership of the party do not get it right by bringing the confusion that I'm seeing around morning, then people celebrating, and then people trying to look for seats, then the confusion will go down to the people. And now people will say now because of the absence of the late Prime Minister, Honorable former Prime Minister, then kila mtu aanze kujitafutia nyumba ambayo anaweza ishi. And that one will make other parties from different areas to come and reap from the repercussions that is going on. And I'm telling you this time around, things won't be the same. Things won't be the same because, first of all, people are loyal because the former Prime Minister was there. And people are loyal because he was speaking on behalf of the people who were there. But now currently, because of the confusion going on and the power games going on here and there, people shifting their focus for 2027. If you get some people who will come and reap from the repercussions, then I'm telling you, you'll have so many independent candidates. Number two, we'll even have some parties coming and we'll have positions there. Because this time around, you'd be elected not because of the party. That's my perception, but because of how people know you and how you are working for the people. Yeah. You know, the former Prime Minister was like the spark. People would listen to what he was saying.
Yes.
Because people felt that he was talking on behalf of Mwananchi. But the absence of a person who can fill that gap and try to work out the same and work harder the way he was working, I don't see currently. With what I'm seeing, even the latest within the party, then there's a lot of problem. But what we want for our people, a good leadership regardless of the party. Let's get the right people from down up to the top, then we'll get it right. Regardless of the party, you can have a party called a flower. The flower won't stop smelling, for example. But if you get the right people, then everything will be okay. Yeah, that's my opinion, yeah.
That's a good one. But currently, how do you assess because there were promises that were made, especially, for example, let's take Siaya, for example. There were promises that were made. Do you think those promises have been kept?
I think it's work on progress, I can say, number one. Number two, I wouldn't want to blame the county government so much because also the funds from the central government, and of course, you know, there was problem between the Senate and the National Assembly in terms of the revenue
allocation.
The revenue allocation, and also they had to go for mediation, which failed. Then again, because of the presidency intervening and availing the money, which the Senate wanted the counties to be given, it was released. But see also, these monies are released a bit later. And then you are told to absorb the money within the shortest time possible. So that one is also another problem which I think has made things not move on. But also, if we leave the issue of revenue allocation, last time I told you garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
And also I told you about the leadership. If you have, for example, the MCAs who cannot take the government to be responsible to account to what is doing, then nothing will move on. The issue of nurses I've told you.
Yeah.
Allocations of funds, village administrators not knowing what they are supposed to do, ward administrators not knowing what they are supposed to do. What the governor tells them is what they are doing. They are not looking at what the law is saying. Then that one we have a problem. The MCAs not even knowing about the standing orders of their counties. So there's a lot of problem. And I would sum it up as an issue of lack of knowledge for people. Very few people know about their rights. Very few people know about their participation, what they're supposed to do if the counties are not doing what they're supposed to do. They don't even know that they can even petition the county through the Senate or through those county assemblies.
Yes.
They don't even know that they can even recall the MCAs, even the members of parliament back. So these are information that the leaders who didn't want our people to know about. Yeah, so, and also intimidation, of course, yeah. So I think because of that lack of knowledge of
Yes.
our people, then people will start to still use them the way they want to achieve their goals, yes.
So that one boils down to the quality of leaders that we have. And as currently, as things stands today, do you think that the qualities of our leaders is something that we deserve because we elect them that way?
I think for now, the eyes of people are opened after what is going on around, and also realizing though things can change really. They'll regret now some of the leaders they chose. Some of them are performing well, but I believe going forward we'll get better leaders than what we are having, because also this issue of they call it you must have a three-suit.
Yes.
Yeah, from the MCA to the MP to everybody must be one.
Yeah.
I don't see that one happening because of what is going on. I'm seeing a lot of power shift, so much changes coming in. And I believe now people will be chosen based on what or how you're working for the people and for the interests of the people. How passionate are you about the issue affecting your people? How many bills, for example, have you brought as an MC or a member of parliament within your county or the National Assembly? So people will start looking at these things, and also people have a checklist on what you promised to do and you have not done. So basically, those are the issues that will be checked around. And of course, wrangles, like you have said about SIA, for example. Deputy governor up to now not working closely with the governor. What do you expect? Problems. So who is working on behalf of the deputy governor? The deputy governor is there. So such issues, if you go to several counties, you go even to Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga and Magwanga, issues are there. So many problems here and there. So there are so many wrangles, especially also those who want to vie for 2027. With the absence of the former prime minister now, things will shift. That one we must agree. Yeah.
Why would people fear now? Because
there's no fear, but there'll be shift of power. People didn't want to go against what would be advised about the party, because they deemed that the former prime minister had the blessing of the same, and some of also the leadership would use his name. I'm telling you
now. We're going to help Baba.
I'm telling you now, even now, free of charge. As someone said, most of the leaders who were mourning when Baba passed away, they were not mourning about his death. They were mourning about 2027.
Their political future.
Their political lives are gone. Because some of them were confident now we have already gotten the tickets. Now everything is smooth. But I'm telling you, ground may shift. I'm telling you, free of charge. Yes. With all things, unless they put their houses in order, they give the right people the ticket, the person who has won, and they allow people to exercise democratic right, things won't be the same. I can tell you, free of charge. Yes.
Now, you see, in the last election, there was a lot of voter apathy. People not getting out to vote. Do you think that this one was orchestrated because there were flawed, let's say, party nominations or something like that?
I can agree with you on that. Because if you know that, for example, Manuel is the one who won and he's not been given the ticket, what do you expect? People will not go and vote. You are giving the person who did not win the ticket so that you say that this is the party that must be chosen. This time round, I don't think that one will happen. People will accept. But of course, also it depends on how the people around are being trying to be mobilized to vote. Like, for example, now,
yes,
what people are not realizing, which should be very, very important. The IBC is doing registration. Most of our young people, G and Z, have not taken voters. Silently, I'm aware of so many counties. who are mobilizing people to register, young people who don't have votes. But you look at leadership of these areas now, they are focusing in celebrations in Mombasa. Then, when the reports will come out, these counties from Rift Valley have registered so many people than you, then you'll start complaining, when did they register? And yet we know silently they are being mobilized, not only in Rift Valley and some areas, even in some other counties. Guys are being mobilized. But in Luo Nyanza, for example, have you even governors trying to put out people to be mobilized door to door to get voters card? And those who have not gotten, none. We are just seeing celebrations, politics and the rest. Not knowing that we have a majority of the youth who will make a difference to the coming elections. So that when the chair of IBC will be saying now, these are the voters who are registered in this place, some people will start to dispute. Yet now they are not talking about it.
Yeah.
Some of us are telling the young people, you are complaining about change of leadership and the rest. Why are you taking the votes? So that I'm seeing a scenario, if all this leadership of this county won't mobilize the masses to take votes, I'll see more voter apathy in the 2027 election if something is not done. I am seeing a big threat on that because there's a lot of confusion.
Yes.
People are not focused on, they're just saying that we'll form a government or will be there, but they're not working towards that. To see, for example, now the IBC has opened up registration center. How can we make village to village, wards to wards, counties and constituency enable that those who don't have votes, they can be easily identified to take votes? Nobody's talking about that. Now, how do you expect to take political power if your numbers are down and you are not encouraging people to take voters card? We have a problem.
A problem indeed. And Leonard, just the other day we had a bishop, it's called Bishop Onginjo of the Anglican Church, and talked about leadership and integrity, and talked about how the current crop of leadership, especially members of ODM that are in government, saying that Luo people are in government, and he asked, what are you benefiting? So I ask you, what are you benefiting?
I think, first of all, I've seen so many criticizing the Catholic, it's a Catholic father, yes?
An Anglican priest.
Anglican priest, yes. I think as a Kenyan, first of all, he has a right to express his view on issues that are affecting the people. Number two, I don't think he's a mad person. He just woke up in the morning and decided to say what he was saying. He might have thought, and I could see the passion and anger he had when he was talking about it. It was coming from his heart. I think if you are a leader and if you are a keen person, you should try to find out why was the priest talking the way he was talking. You can even ask him, why are you talking like that? You know, in the pulpit there, you could not reveal everything. But if you are a very intelligent person, you can see there's something behind that. You see?
Yeah.
What I think the priest was trying to say, our people should be focused to give service to our people. They should not focus to beat their chest that we are in government, we are in broadness, we are doing things like that. We should be focused. That's number two. I'm taking on the positive note on that side.
Yes.
But also, I'm seeing a situation that also the priest might have gone overboard, because, you know, you cannot use a pulpit to try to incite the people against the government or against what is going on. What I must say, I must appreciate the government of the day. Some of us are keen to see what, for example, the presidency has been doing.
Yes.
Not only in Nyanza, former Nyanza province, but all over the country. The president is so energetic. You find that today, this week, is in a different county, in another county.
Yeah.
Development. You just tell me, I've not been given anything to support the government of the day, but sincerely speaking, from the bottom of my heart, President Ruto has really tried his best to ensure that everything happens. I think what the presidency also needs to do is to try to talk to our brother, Honorable Walu, and the likes, to ensure that what he's doing is brought out, because some of us are seeing he's doing a lot. But the president is the one who is talking about this thing himself. That if he does not talk, people say that nothing is going on. Yeah. And yet the government has a whole machinery through the Ministry of Information, even on a weekly basis, to tell the people, even to the county level, this and this has been done. You see the issue of housing, which people are doubting about. Look at how many people have been employed, not only in Nyanza and doing that, in other counties.
But how sustainable is that?
Pardon?
How sustainable is that?
But people are paying tax. Taxes are being paid. and they are getting the money. And you'll see after, even when Kibaki started the Thika Road project, people really criticized him. But now what is happening? It will be the same as what Ruto is doing now. The roads, the housing, the industries, and the areas that is opening up for investment. In fact, what people don't know.
Yeah.
Like now the president is supposed to sign the bill of the startup bill. I know the Senate had already finalized it.
Yes.
Assembly has already done with it, which will help the country have incubators for incubating so many skills and technology and research in every county. And the government will be supporting that. Look at the multiplying effect on what will happen in these incubation centers all over the country. And the government is supporting it. People like the Office of the President and the rest and the Ministry of Information should dissect this issue of the startup bill, which will be act soon when the President signs it, to see the multiplying effect on how it will help young people and people in terms of technology,
yes,
starting innovations, so many things. That's a very big thing. That's a very big revolution. Can you imagine what will happen? Nobody's talking about it. And you see also, apart from that, trying to ensure that the county government gets their monies as required, which was not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not blowing with the trumpet for the president, but I'm seeing what is happening, which was not happening.
Yeah.
Which, when supported even by all the governors and the leadership, this country will have a very big revolution. So that it's not saying that it's just doing it in Rift Valley or where. No, this is an act of parliament which will help all over the country, the Startup Bill Act, to ensure that employment, to improve that skills are managed there and everything.
Yeah.
You see now? Yeah. So I'm saying that in terms of the presidency, they should look at everything that the president does, not only in a weekly basis, but what has happened, and they give us progress reports and help the country to understand the president is doing all these things across all over the country, not in Nyanza, not in Makueni where he was. You see? Mm-hmm. In fact, I saw so many people criticizing him about what he was saying. Yeah?
Yeah.
But you see now, he was saying the truth. Maji imefika, itakuwa, and the rest. I'm taking the positive side. I don't want to take the negative. I'm just trying to look at what good things that would have helped the country that is said in those areas. Yes.
And just so, because the president has been in Makueni, or rather the eastern region for quite some time, and he launched a road. Now, Kalonzo Musyoka, the former vice president, went there 2 days ago, and everything had left. The only thing that remained was the banner that, the president was here launching the road, and people were like, okay, what next?
Government does things in terms of how they plan, and you see some of these things, people are trying to play politics against them. If I cannot say what I saw on the TV, if you could have asked me if I had gone there and verified what's there, I can say yes, it was true. Kalonzo is playing politics on the same road because, if it's done, there'll be a big revolution in that area. So I think some of these things, if you could verify them and exactly see what they were saying is true, then it's good. Because if you look at that clip, it was done at night.
Yes, it was done.
It was at night. So ask yourself, why at night? Why not at the daytime when you can see everything, surely? And you are a leader in that area. So some of these things, let's not try to bring politics on issues development. I know people are trying to gain mileage here and there, but some of these things, you confuse the common wananchi for nothing. For example, what makes Kalonzo not join the presidency? On a light touch.
I don't know. He can say it himself.
So, me, I'm looking at things in the positive side. If the road was launched and is being done by the presidency, kudos. And people of Machakos will be assisted on that, So, let's look at this thing in terms of the positive outcome that will come in. But tukiweka siasa ndani mingi itaribika.
And the president has been out and about, and he has been talking about developments that are really good. The Catholic bishop came out, and you see, the Catholic are very many in Kenya, and estimates of around 17 million people are practicing Catholic. We also have an embassy that was recently opened in Vatican by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And the Catholic bishop came out and said, okay, the president is doing well, but there's some instances that you are failing the people, and you should up your game. Do you think that there's the communication gap in the office of the president?
I think yes, there's big communication gap, but also I would try to refresh your mind that the church now is when it's coming up, that it failed Kenyans. You can remember when Kenyans needed the church previously, they didn't talk the way they're talking now. Yeah? And I think we must ask ourselves why at this time, for example. Now they're coming, people had lost confidence with the church, remember, after what happened previously. The church went maimed, everything was going on. I think there's no communication breakdown per se. Some of these things which the Catholic priests say and the rest, I think they should also try to verify these things. They should not try to, if you look at it, sometimes it's pure politics. I want to give you a very practical example. People are being registered now for IBC. Have you heard the Church of the Catholic bring such media briefs to come and tell the masses, even to the church, to go and do the registration? You can just ask yourself why. So some of these things also you must be sincere. You can also try to look at the timings. Why are these things coming out at this time?
Now
there must be something out of that. Yes.
Someone somewhere.
So okay, I appreciate the Catholic try to try some issues which are not good, but they should also be sincere in what they are doing and what they are saying. They're supposed to complement what the government is doing. You should also appreciate, for example, where the government has done well, to be objective sincerely. You cannot be every day criticizing the government. Even you have not even appreciated, I have not even heard them thanking the government of the date. The issue which you are saying was approved in the cabinet, so they're in the process of establishing the Vatican.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good thing. I've not even heard them thanking the presidency or the government of Kenya for having the establishment of an embassy in Vatican, which will help so many people, and the Catholic and even the priests and the rest. So what I'm saying this, I'm not saying the Catholic or the church.
Yeah.
I'm saying let's also tell our people where the government has done well, that hapa tunawapatia kongole. Lakini ukionekana, even if something has been done to the church itself and it's not even appreciating, then it's some of us who are always keen on what is going on will see a lot of questions and ask some questions on the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. And you see, the kind of leaders that we have currently, there's this feeling that these are not the leaders that the people really elect, but they're the leaders that somehow they were handpicked and imposed on the people. Do you think that the people, that the citizens have now the wherewithal that, we can really differentiate, you are a leader, you did this and this and this, I think we can give you a chance?
That's why I was saying, in the coming election, there'll be a lot of changes. And that's why I was saying that there are so many people who are mourning Baba, not because of his death, but because their political life has ended. Because of, it was like when you get a ticket of a certain party from a certain area. For example, in Central, Uda, Ford Kenya, on the other side and the rest, and they are strongholds of those parties, then even if people don't want you, they'll choose you because hawataki madoado. But this time around now, my brother, I'm telling you, there'll be a lot of changes because we had sycophants who could go and do their things in those offices. They pay money, they are given tickets when the person who has won is being left away. Then there's an issue which people are forgetting, the youth.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm telling the youth to take votes, those who have not registered. There'll be a lot of changes. You see now even the government of Republic of Tanzania.
Yes.
Look at how the young men and women are there. The change which is happening up, it will also come on this side. Very young people, because now people are trying to do away with the old, for example, number one. Number two, they're trying to look at servant leadership, which is lacking in our people. Because people don't go there to work for the people, they are going to work for themselves. So that they don't see themselves as the servant of the people, they are seeing that they are bosses to themselves. And I'm seeing a lot of changes. Most of them will be going home.
But you see, we have only one place, or rather in a constituency, we only have the office of the IBC for people to register. And there was a report that was done with one of the television stations that I think it was in the northern part of the country, that the office is quite far, 200 kilometers. You can't go to those places, you know.
I'm telling you, for people who want political power, that distance should not be an issue. They can mobilize even people to go there, those who have been identified, not to be having voters card and get the cards. Which when elections are always coming, you always hear that there are some people coming from other constituencies coming to vote to another. How do they arrive there? Do they talk about the distance? They don't talk about the distance. So this thing is about interest. Interest. For example, if you know that you'll be vying in 2027,
yes.
Do you say that somebody who is almost 200 kilometers cannot be brought to register, and yet you know that you're investing on him or her? So I think these are things that can be mobilized by the county governments, mobilized by the leadership to ensure that people register. And for example, if you are sincere that you want to exercise your political right as a Kenyan, do you think you cannot go and get a voter registered as a voter? Surely, if you are serious that you want that your voice be heard on the ballot in 2027, yeah. It talks about your passion, and it talks about what leadership you want in your country.
Yes.
So it depends with the person also and the leaders who are there, and how guys are being mobilized and try to be told the importance of exercising your duty in terms of voting, which is important. Yeah. Yes. So that even now when people are talking about we'll have a candidate in 2027, but who will vote for you if now the registration has been open and nothing is happening? Surely, what would you expect? So hapo kuna maneno. Yes.
Maneno ni mingi, and one thing that is always there, because I'm passionate about our counties, especially Migori, Kisumu, Siaya, and Homa Bay. And in Homa Bay, there's always that feeling that, you know, I think we have leaders who can take after Raila Odinga.
I think there's been that debate, and that's why it's a wake-up call to all of us in the country, not even in our counties, or even the country at large. Who takes next? Because ya Mungu ni mengi. Yeah. As a person, you must be planning, but God has a different plan for you. I think what should happen is, first of all, you must look at the competency of a person. Number two, the passion of working for the people and what is done. Not about only politics, and also a person who can be able to unite the people together. And the unity is very, very important in terms of all these counties. For example, now, this would be the best time for the respect of the late former Prime Minister. It would be important for all these people to unite, to be together. At this time, it would be very, very important, because the impact or the gains and the losses are so huge, if that one does not happen up. So from my take, I'm not a politician per se, but I cannot point this is the right person who can take this position or what. It depends on how people have agreed, and a person who can unite the people together. That's the person who can do what? Can put guys together and say, guys, let's follow this route. I know for now we have the chairman, Dr. Nikala, as the elder of all, or guy of all the members of parliament, and also the leadership basically in Nyanza province. It's a uniting factor, yes. But we have also other. These are things that people can sit and say, this will be the right person to us. But also what I must mention is that we don't want our people to be taken back to the streets. Yeah. That's something that we are saying a big no. This is a time to focus on and say, issue mambo ya street ilisha. How can we constructively engage with the government of the day to achieve what we want? I'm telling you, there's nobody. Yes, people can say that the government, like the bishop said, the benefit is for the people in the broad-based inside there. Yeah. But me, I'm looking at it, the impact of the people who are there, the multiplying effect, which will come down after some few years or months on what is happening there. So issues of the streets, no. Demonstration, no, we won't answer our issues. We must focus ahead and see what is the best route for our people. Yes.
And you see, there's some leaders who are saying that, you know, we are prepared to go back to the streets.
Now to go for the street to do what?
They're fighting for democracy.
Why can't you first of all address issues affecting your people before you think about going to the street? And who will be the one who will be mobilizing these people? If among themselves you see what is happening in terms of celebrations, it's like people are exchanging, it's like they didn't prepare themselves in what they are doing, women leadership and the rest. I think unity is very important. If that one does not happen, then there'll be a very, very big problem. And also, what I would also mention is that it would be very, very important for the counties in these areas to also try to beseech their county assemblies, their members of parliament and senators to bring an act or a bill in parliament of the capacity, the county capacity development agency.
Yeah.
Because there's a problem in terms of manpower within counties. If an agency accredited by the government, with government resources being put there, can be done so that we have where we can tap various manpower about the counties, it would be important. I know, of course, the Kenya School of Government can be used on that currently. But if we could have an agency dealing with that only, it would be better. Then the other issue, the county governments also should think about, not about celebrating Baba at the moment.
Yeah.
They should think about putting a collective fund and having something done within those counties or within those counties as a remembrance of what Baba did. For example, cancer has been a very big thing affecting our people. Why can't they mobilize a fund, for example, and create a cancer center in members of the late, so that our people have a very big cancer center, whether it's in Kisumu or Homa Bay or where, so that people remember that this one was done
in memory
of, and they can mobilize funds from each county and put them together and work out that, so that they agree, even if it will be done in Bond or where, as a remembrance against this issue that they are focusing in terms of celebrations and the rest. In fact, they could have even waited for the celebration to cool down, Mama Ida and the family cool down first of all, then after that we think about strengthening the party and other issues. And also, of course, we have seen what is happening in terms of what is going on the ground. Yes. That shows that people, various parties, various leaders are ready to work with our people. You can see people coming from Bungoma, Mombasa, and everywhere. And you know, politics, there's no enemies and friends.
Just
that shows
interest.
some goodwill that these guys are ready to work with you. Fort Kenya, Jaramogi died and was buried under Fort Kenya's ambience.
Yes.
Do you think that they are not ready to work with our people? They are ready.
Yeah.
So by these people coming to Kangu Jaramogi to mourn there, it's a big statement. And people should not just look at it as people who are coming to visit there.
Yeah.
That's a big statement that we are ready to work with the leadership of this area. So the question is, are you ready to embrace others also to work together with them? That's a very big question we should be asked. We should not look at it as people are just coming.
Yeah.
That's a very big political statement that we are ready to work with you people. So it depends the way you are organizing yourselves. So before even the celebration, they could have put their house in order and agreed on so many issues. Then now we call others to come in. But going forward, let's watch what is going on. So many allegiance will be declared here and there.
Yeah.
Power shift will be there and everything. But what I'm telling us, unity is very important. If you don't unite and be together, then everything will not be okay. Yeah, and the unity for people is very, very important. Yes.
And just as we move this to a close, we have been having this county government for quite some time. And just a question, have we benefited substantially?
Yes. Hits and misses. There are so many good hits. Like now, for example, you can see some sense of economic activities going on in various counties because there's some economic developments going on. Number two, you can see some works or even some building or some business growing up because of that. You can see how people now, although it has not happened well in terms of medical,
yes, at
least some medical centers, hospitals and the rest are being done not only in those counties, even across the country. And then also, what we are seeing up is that there's no much shift of people, for example, coming, for example, in urban areas like Nairobi to look for employment. People are coming to counties to seek tenders. Everything is happening there. Then the other thing is that now we have some money coming up from the national government to the county government, which was not happening, empowering our people and everything. Although not enough because of the economic issues, but of course, just moving very fast about the misses, number one, the issues of these issues of no confidence, impeachment of governors.
Yes.
That one we have got it very wrong. Because it's about politics. You look at all this impeachment, you can always see things behind the scene. Then number two, if the county assemblies would be working the way parliament works,
yes,
to get their governors and CECs accountable in what they are doing,
yeah,
then everything would be happening well. Which means that we still don't have that the county government have not realized the powers they have in terms of putting the CC and the governor to account in so many issues that are going there. Then, of course, the other misses incompetence, having very incompetent people there. The leadership part of it, capacity of MCAs, kaput. Some of them, they cannot even dissect the budget making process, which I said last time. They don't even know. They are just saying that if they are told to do yes, vote it's yes. Corruption. Look at all these counties. You saw Governor Homa Bay was in Senate with Sifuna. Very tough questions. You see what was happening cannot be answered. The same with Siaya. You saw it's something that is cutting across all these counties. In fact, on this one, I should commend Governor Nyong'o. Governor Nyong'o has been very keen. You don't see him so much in the media and the rest, but he's been working well behind the scenes. Some of us are seeing what is happening in Kisumu and what he's doing. If you look at Kisumu, then had a lot of politics. But now look at what is happening. Governor Nyong'o is working so much, a lot of activities are being seen.
Yes.
Some of our governors who are there now want to take us to street. I don't know if that's the best thing to do. But I think having the county government is something that is very important, that should be there. And that's why I'm beseeching the leadership to talk to the senators also, to bring the capacity development agency, which will have the expertise of all skills that are required for county government, so that an act, when it's brought, it will make this thing to work out very clearly.
Yes.
Apart from being trained as Kenya School of Government, Center for Parliamentary Studies offered by the Parliamentary Service Commission of Kenya, I think a body which is expertise in dealing in all issues county should be done, and standards should be put on which employees are supposed to be in these counties. And things will work out well. We have a lot of potential, tourism, anything, music industry, which need to be done. So much is required. You know, we have the best music, but do we have where these talents are being nurtured? Look at the sports. Do we have the academies to nurture all these things? We have our beautiful ladies. You know, we have among the best beautiful ladies around. Beauty contests and the rest. So the opportunities are there. It's just that people need to be organized and some things put in organic law so that the work is required and funding required. Then things will work out well. Yes. And of course, I'm beseeching our people, we cannot mourn forever. You know, when you put your head mourning a lot, mambo ingine itawapita. Mambo ya IBC registration itawapita. Then you mourn, then you are going for the celebrations. I think we should focus and look at the skills that we are left with the former leader who passed away and others who have nurtured us, so that we focus, we see what is supposed to happen around. And we cannot also politic up to 2027. We should now see what we can develop, do development about our people and the rest. Then things will move on.
That's good.
And also we should be ready to embrace other people who are ready to work with us, who have political principles that can match us together. So that in the next dispensation, in the next election, choose a leader who has principles which are guiding him, not a sycophant. Put a person who is ready to die for you. Put a person who has empathy. Put a leader who is ready to be a good listener to all of the people. You know, some of our leaders don't listen. They know, they have the know-it-all attitude. So I'm telling you, changes are coming, and they'll be very perfect. And above all, I think we should support the government of the day in terms of the development that are coming. Where somebody has done well, surely. Mgala muwe lakini haki yake mpe. Where is done well, say that here is done well. Where is gone wrong, say hapa ameenda vibaya. But this one, we have not seen it since the independence came in. But he's doing this. And if a person is ready to work with you people, look at what the presidency has done for the few years he's been. Vis-a-vis the others have done. You'll see a lot of impact on the same. And I'm telling you, by 2027, if the pace remains the same or is improved, I think this country will be a very big country, a very economical country, and even in Luo Nyanza County, it will be perfect. I'm seeing that one happen because I've seen even how the dollar has been stabilized. The economy, it tells you that we are improving. Look at the dollar, it's been stabilized for a long time, and I'm seeing it's improving. That shows that a lot of confidence is coming in, and even now it will come in because of also the impact of the Tanzania elections. Because the issues there, most of investors now are ready to come to Kenya because they are fearing Tanzania and the rest. And if you don't seize those opportunities, we start politing and you want to go back to the streets,
Yeah.
then you'll have a very big problem.
Indeed. Thank you so much. That has been Mr. Leonard Japere. We've been talking about leadership and development, especially in the country. This has been the Red Ring Media Unfiltered. My name is Emmanuel Ouma. Until next time, bye-bye.